Hey guys, it's a ZM update video. Not gonna waste your time, so let's rock.
I apologize for not posting a lot, guys. Things have been kind of chaotic lately, and I've had to focus on IRL stuff and getting ready for Morphicon more than anything else. One of the things that has been on my mind lately has been the rising prices of toys, no more plastic in the packaging, and collectors simply stopping collecting because they think it's the worst ever thing to happen to the hobby. This is just my own 2 cents on the matter, but I honestly think some collectors are being a bit more dramatic than they should be and making a mountain out of a molehill regarding this whole debacle. Yes, I do agree with a lot of folks that the price hikes are a problem, but there are multiple reasons why a lot of things are happening right now to toy collecting. A lot of people don't want to listen about these issues and just spread misinformation about what's going on, and I honestly just hate that. The plastic removal on packaging from Hasbro is unfortunate, but a necessary evil. There's been a lot of plastic overfill happening in our oceans and landfills, so I commend Hasbro for trying something out to reduce that problem. But I will agree that there should have been a much better lead into it, and Hasbro being more upfront about it. The other thing I do want to talk about is the all-covering cardboard box for Hasbro stuff. Yes, I am in agreement that covering the figure up completely isn't too great, but Hasbro, in an article written by James On that I will link down below, talked about all of this, including the enclosed box. They only did this to stop people stealing the heads off of figures, a la the LeBron James debacle on the Space Jam 2 figures, because of a BS TikTok trend, and as a public service announcement, I hate TikTok! You'll never catch me using that platform, period. Back to my thoughts. I'm not too upset regarding the changes to both the price hikes and the boxes. I budget out my money so that way I can buy one or two figures at a time every couple of weeks because I still got food and other expenses to pay for. I like the idea of placing emphasis on the artwork of a packaging to make it worthwhile to people who love the artwork on packaging. Can you imagine a full-size Tom Whalen piece in a Lightning Collection box? Speaking of which, some say and even badly joke about Hasbro not fixing anything for all their lines, which I kind of find to be hogwash. Hasbro hasn't announced the next wave of figures. They're still in talks with the factories in Vietnam to make sure issues like Lunar Wolf's umpteenth total of variants doesn't happen again. I blame that debacle on the factory, not the toy designers. And that's another thing. People think the figures should stay at the $20 price point despite all of the IRL issues, and I'm sorry, that's just not feasible. Things change. They always do. Due to this whole pandemic, inflation issues, moving factories away from China, which takes time and money to do so, as well as making new steel molds for the Vietnam factories to use for the figures they make, not just on Power Rangers, but on Marvel Legends and Transformers too. Case in point, the Ninjetti Power Ranger figures. Those were the first ones out of the Vietnam factories, and some of the batches on those were not good in terms of the quality control. I was lucky with all of my Lightning Collection purchases that I just did not have an issue with them, but other people were not that lucky. Bottom lining it for this video, things are never going back to normal. The pandemic made sure of that, the current war in Ukraine made sure of that, inflation made sure of that, a metric slag ton of other things made sure that everything in the world, not just collecting toys, will ever be the same again. What we as a community now basically have to do is just better budget our toy budgets and just slowly buy things a few at a time. One or two at max. Toy collecting will still be a thing in the next few years, I guarantee it. But it's definitely going to change. And I think we all just have to adjust to that change before we all slam into it like a brick wall. That's my 2 cents on the matter. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you want, subscribe, hit that bell to be notified, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace!